My story begins in Seoul, South Korea, where I was born to In-min Kim and Willie P. Strickland, who were married and came to the United States when I was only 1.5 years old. So while I have no recollection of living in Korea as a child because I came to the States as an infant, I have a strong recollection of the immigrant experience that my mother had, as well as the one that I still have today. Now I think about the fact that my mother, a young woman who survived the occupation of her country, a war that tore the country apart, a government that was very, very heavy-handed, came here to the U.S. with her African-American husband. And settling here in the U.S. and in Tacoma, Washington, my hometown, I remember some of the challenges that she faced. Everything from language barriers, the ability to get access to basic services, and even the way my friends would react when I was a little kid, when they would come to our house and smell the delicious food that we loved and wonder what it was. But that experience was something that we were happy to share with others. As I think about the hardship that she endured, it started back in her native country, but also coming here to a new place with a husband, not speaking the language, and trying to find her own place to fit in. My mother eventually earned her citizenship, and she brought her family from Korea over to the US, and they came here. So as I think about the American experience and what it means, I want to remind folks of a few things. We are not a monolith. We speak different languages. We come from different parts of the world. As I think about my experience and my mom's experience, I do so with pride, because as I think about the 21st century, I'm reminded of why I decided to wear a hanbok, a traditional Korean dress, when I was sworn into office on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives. I wanted to send a message. I wanted to honor my mother. I wanted to honor my Korean heritage, but I wanted to send a very important message. The U.S. House of Representatives and government, the People's House, belongs to all of us, regardless of where you were born, regardless of whether you have an accent or not, regardless of the food that you eat. And I also want to remind people of this. As we talk about the immigrant experience, it is not uniform. We are caregivers, educators, business people, entertainers, athletes, artists, and yes, we serve in elected office. We take care of the people around us, but we are also great leaders in many places. So thank you so much for allowing me to share my story and my immigrant experience. And when I think about the immigrant experience, the fact that we are family-oriented, that we think about faith, that we value families, that we work hard every day, I want to make sure that people understand that the immigrant experience in America is indeed the quintessentially American experience.